On its way to the central delivery point, gas may travel the pipeline to a header station. That's where gas from many wells meets and flows through one main pipe called inlet piping, which carries it into the CDP. A lot has happened to the gas since it left the well, but there's so much more activity here at the central delivery point. The CDP is where a lot of equipment helps gas reach the proper pressure and quality to be sold. From the inlet piping bringing gas into the CDP, gas passes through an inlet separator. It does an initial knockout of water and oil. Some fluids have accumulated in the pipelines, and some have been released by gas as pressure and temperature increase.
At the inlet of the CDP, these separators will remove that fluid using internal screens and baffles and send it to the appropriate tanks.
Gas then goes on to a header, a lot like the one you saw in the field. But this time, the header is bringing gas from many sources to a compressor or a group of compressors. The compressors at a CDP are often much larger than the compressors at the wellhead, and there are more of them. The more gas entering the CDP, the more compressors are needed on site. So, if many wells are feeding a high volume of gas to a CDP, you'll see several compressors at that location. This CDP has 4 3-stage compressors. In this location, they're boosting the pressure from 65 pounds per inch to 1,000 pounds. To increase the pressure that much, gas is compressed gradually in 3 stages to prevent the gas from overheating. One way you can tell that the gas pressure has been boosted is the exit pipe. Notice it's much smaller than the pipe carrying gas to the compressor. That's because the gas has been compressed so much. Often walls surround much of the compressor to reduce noise and provide protection. By the way, compressors' coolers often face south, so they can take maximum advantage of prevailing winds.
This is a 1,380 horsepower gas compressor. This particular unit's 2 stages of compression. They come in single, 2, and 3 stage, and even 4 stages of compression.
Compressors are complex machines that take about 3 to 4 weeks to build. The higher the volume of gas, the higher horsepower needed in a compressor. The greater the pressure difference between incoming and outgoing gas, the more stages needed.
After it leaves the first stage, it is superheated and has to go to a cooling process. After we cool the gas, it goes to a scrubber to drop out any entrained liquids before the next stage of compression. And then if it was a 3-stage, it would go through a cooler and then a scrubber and then another cooler and then a sales line.
These 60 to 70 ton 3-stage units are delivered partially assembled to the CDP site. If the compressor is coming to a brand new CDP, it takes about 2 to 6 weeks to get the whole operation up and running. If it's an existing site, the compressor can be doing its job in as little as 2 days. Before we finish the compression process, let's look at some other compressors that you'll see in the field.